Hello everybody, my name's Wizzer and welcome to my world. Let me give you a quick introduction. My name's Wizzer, I play under the gamer tag of Wizzer36 and I've only put one video on this channel since, since I've started the channel. I've played on the 1.8.6 world. I mean, I've been playing Minecraft for a very, very long time now. And I've played through the numerous versions that have been released, and I enjoy just playing the game. I really do enjoy it, and I just thought last time, I think about a year ago, that I was going to upload a video and just show my world. The video quality was rubbish, the mic was rubbish. I mean, this isn't much better. I'm not a professional at this, as I say. I just wanted to share with you what I'm doing and what I enjoy playing. And how I play, really, my style of play, and hopefully give you a bit of inspiration. You can give me some inspiration on some future builds that I might do, and if you actually want to watch my channel, if you want more videos, I will put more videos up for you. So let's do a bit of a trial period, yeah. So let's see if you enjoy it. So basically what happened after I put my last video up, I carried on playing on my 1.8.6 world, and I played it for quite some time, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, my world became corrupt. The biggest pain in the world. It was such a good world. I really enjoyed it. I did so many hours work on it, weeks and months, and I really enjoyed it, and it just became corrupt. So I tried to do the recovery of the world, which is basically creating a new world and then swapping over your saved data and stuff to your corrupt world, and it worked. But then what was happening was the chunks of the new world and old world came together, but there wasn't they didn't come together well, so it was very blocky. That's not what I wanted. So I thought, right, 1.10's out. Let's start a new world with that. So that's what I did. I started a 1.10 world, and over the last couple of weeks, I've made a lot of progress. And I thought I'll show you a world tour, and then we can get to making some videos together if that's what you want. So let's have a look at my world. A lot of the builds you can see here are taken off people from YouTube, especially Mumbo Jumbo. As you can see, this big one here is the Mumbo Jumbo mob farm and mob item farm, basically, with the hopper clock down there, and the water basically gushes out of about 12 dispensers on each level. Now, I think there's 5 levels, and it gushes out, pushes the mob to the middle, and the mobs drop down to the bottom where the hoppers are, collects the items, voila. You have a lot of items, and it works really, really well. If I stand up here for a couple of minutes, go back down, and they are just flying out the machine. Secondly to that, I think this is Tango Tech's idea. I might be wrong, but this is the iron farm. And basically what we've got 4 pods around this building, and I think there's 8 doors on each side. Is that right? Or is it 16? 8 or 16 doors, sorry, I can't really remember, but 8 or 16 doors around each side, and villagers in each pod. And I think it's up to a maximum of around 15. I might have more villagers in there just because I wanted to be sure, but it is about 15. And basically what happens, this acts as a village, so iron golems spawn to protect the villagers. The water pushes them into the middle, they drop straight the way down into the floor where there's some lava, and it collects up the items. And it works really well. These two, I've done a double one, and I've left about 120 block gap between both of them, which means that should act as another village. I believe it's only a minimum of 100 blocks you need for a village to act as a separate village, but I did 120 anyway, just to be on the safe side. So looking down at my base, this is my base, and as you can see from the start, really, we've got a pond, which I'm going to be working on. There's a reason that's there. It's not obvious at the minute, but there's a reason. We've got a little cow farm, which is this part here. We've got some wheat and stuff where I started with. We've got a little auto wheat farm down there, like a nano farm. And I've got an automatic fishing machine there to help me get some enchanted books so I can enchant my tools when I first started. And then my base is there and there. And most of my base is underground. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to nip down there and I'm going to show you what it's all about. And just so you're aware, I'm not very good with Elytra at the minute. I've just literally gone to the end and managed to get some. So, right, here we go. So as I said before, we've got the cow farm, well, which is really more steak and leather that just goes into there. So how this works, you press your button there, you've got some wheat, you feed them, they start mating. The babies get pulled through on the piston trick. They burn when they grow up, and then they drop all their goods into here, which is brilliant. It really works well. But I don't really use it at the minute. I'll show you why in a moment. Then we've got the wheat farm, which is all full of bone meal, and you put your seeds on there, press this, and it just fires it out. And you can probably get a stack in about 30 seconds. And then my auto fishing, you're standing there with your fishing rod, close the doors, you have fishing rods popped out of you carry on. You can go AFK for about, well, as long as you want really. And the drops that you get are all, well, I've done 2 levels. It's normally just this chest, but because I was doing overnight, I've got 2 chests, which I've just emptied out as well. So, let's have a quick look. Let's go down into the base. So, just before I go into the base, one thing I want to say is that my spawn, the world spawn, is all over in that direction. And I think it's possibly about 1,000 or 2,000 blocks that way. And I travelled all this distance just to find a bit of land that I quite enjoyed, a bit of flat land. And I found this bit, and it wasn't flat at all, but this was cut into a circle, a little bit of a hole in the ground, and I really liked the idea. I had a good idea for it, and that's what made me just stick here. So I sort of flattened a lot of the land, and just got to work on it really. So, into my base. This is the stairway into my base, and as you can see, I haven't really done a lot to it. The sides need decorating. But because I've been working on the inside of my base, and as I say, I've only been doing this for a couple of weeks, this world, so my main priorities was to get started in the base and get set up and get surviving really. So this is my entrance, which needs work on, and it needs details and fine details. And through here, this is just where I was to get my villagers for the iron farm, which is just up there. I was capturing the zombie villagers, bringing them in, trapping them, and then just chucking the apples and the potions at them, just getting the villagers. I got 2 up there, and then I just got them breeding, and it was easier to do that way. So as you come to my base, we have a 3x3 door, and I believe this is Mumbo Jumbo's piston door, and it is super cool. I really enjoy it. I really like it. So press a button, get you in, press a button, and it shuts again. And I love that. I just absolutely love the door. It is a brilliant door. So thank you very much, Mumbo. Thank you very much. So as you come in, it's got a bit of detail, still needs quite a bit more, as you'll find throughout the majority of the base. As I say, the majority of my time has been getting the resources that I need to survive, really. And the first thing that you'll see, or stands out to you, is this bin here. Well, it seems like a bin, but it's not. It's for the auto sorting system. So all you do is you just drop in all the items that you've got. As you can see, I've got some sorting system paper. I don't want to put that in. And they all go through to the sorting system, which is underneath us, and it's huge. And it'll just take it all the way around, put it into all the chests that are available. And basically that's it. So you come into the next section of the base, which is what the circle was, and I just dug this all the way down to the ground, which is there, which I really did enjoy. I wanted to put these glass in to separate the floors, and I think it looks awesome. I really do. And it's so helpful when you're running down there and you need to see if it's daytime. You just look up and you can see, you can tell. So we've come into here, we've come into this section. That will be disappearing. We'll have some more decorations and fine details in here. And you come through into our first corridor. So this corridor is plain. This is the very first corridor I made. This was actually pretty much a cave anyway. All I've come in is just fine-tuned it a little bit and just put it as a walkway, put the grass in. Well, you know, just the basic stuff really. And I love this sort of detail. I've done this pretty much around most of the base. All I've done is just put the stone bricks at the back. I've put some are these andesite blocks in. Are these andesite? They're not. I can't think what they were called now. and just the archway, and then should be some glowstone at the top. I just love it. I love the feel and the look of it. It just opens up the base, I think. It just really makes it look nice. Extra details, bit of water, nice. So this is the first one I built, and I had all my chests laid out all the way down here, with multiple items all stuffed in there, just everywhere and anywhere, as I was starting off. And as I built the corridor, I thought, right, I need an auto sorting system. So I went down and I started building that. And that is the main reason why a lot of the things in this base hasn't been finished. And that's only because I was getting to the point where all my chest was full. I needed to stick my items somewhere, and I thought, right, it's about time I need to move these items. So I stopped what I was doing everywhere else in the base, and I just got my sorting system sorted. My sorting system will never be finished because there's that many items I need to include in it, and I've only included the most important, or the ones I've got the most of at the minute. So that will be continued over the course of, well, this world really, and I'll be extending it upwards and downwards and wherever else I can go. So as you walk down this corridor, the first thing I come to is this room here. This down here is to my slime farm, which is the first thing I found in my base, which I thought was amazing. So I think I've got about 4 or 5 levels for the slimes to spawn and fall, and when they fall they get tucked into some water. Should we have a quick look? Let's have a quick look. So that's redstone. We didn't see that. So yeah, they've got a few platforms that they spawn on, and they come all the way down to the bottom. They fall into this water. The water takes them through into this tunnel, down, it drowns them, and they also get burnt by lava at the same time. And all the drops go into some chests. And I've actually got a item elevator down the bottom, which takes it all up into my auto sorter. The majority, or if not all, of the farms I've got in this base at the moment all go through the auto sorter. So it's a pretty much automatic base at the moment, and I'm trying to expand on that as well. This area isn't finished. This needs to be blocked off because I no longer need access to that. And this needs work, if not removing. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with it at the minute, but that's there for now. As you come down here, the only thing we have down here at the minute is the iron farm. As you can see, this is where the iron golems all fall to the death from up there, which I showed you earlier. They burn in the lava and they just drop into these hoppers, which takes you back into the auto sorter. So a brilliant little system, it works well. And we have an emergency exit. So this emergency exit here, this was made, I put this in place because when I first started, I had that the 3x3 piston door at the start of the base. I was finding that there was a lot of creepers and mobs was gathering around the door, which stopped me coming out the base quite a lot. So I thought, right, if they're there, or even if I invite some players in and we have a quick game of survival or something, I don't know, I need a way to get out of this base without them knowing where I am, or you know, just to get me out safely. So I come up with this idea where press the button, all the water cuts off, the doors open at the back, and the floor comes up. As you come through, you can shut the door again. So I press the button. Did I press it? No, I didn't. I touched the light. Press the button. That shuts. The water turns back on. The floor opens. You come down here. And then what we need to do, we need to grab a key. So these are the keys to get into the building, into the secret door. So we open this up and we come through. As you can see, we're into a nice side of the building. And if you just place a torch here, it closes. It's quite nice. It's quite nice. I enjoy it. So this is also, I think, Mumbo's door. It was off a recent video actually. I think he did a back cave. And he showed me how to do this door really. And I love it. I really do enjoy it. It's such a good build. And it's a good emergency exit. So I'll show you again. Back through the tunnel, and I've tried to add it so that this isn't used. I want some mossy bricks in here as well, so it just looks like it's underground, it's not used. I might get some cobwebs, and then it's not used at all, and that's the sort of look I want, because I don't use it that often, but it's nice when I do. So we come through here, press the button, doors close, water comes down, floor opens up. As you can see, it's back to normal. Nobody knows it's there. And when every single one of these has the water in and has all the different details in, I don't think you'll be able to tell except for the button that's on the side. So that's that corridor. There's nothing in it, but there will be things going down there at some point. So downstairs we go, and I've got this. I love this detailing. I don't think I don't know what you guys will think of it. I love this, and I think at first, because I had just the stone walls, the stone brick walls, it was very plain and bland, and I needed some difference in there. I didn't want to go too mad. I just wanted the look of it being held up and it being underground, and I think this does it for me really well. So I've got this implemented around my base quite a lot. As I say, I'm not the best decorator, I'm not the best Minecrafter, but things like this just really pleases me, and that's my type of build, where things are held up and they look like they're being held up by different things. Like these arches, I put the arches in to just make it look like it was chiseled, rather than just having a hole, that it was chiseled out, and it's a chiseled out doorway. That's what I want. So coming into it, I've got a little bedroom, and my idea behind these are at some point come in, have a secret button, or even something secret in here where the water streams stop, the doors open, and a chest is revealed. And in these chests I want armour, so maybe hats, chest pieces and leg pieces, something like that, I don't know, or just do 2 chests on each side, so we can have the hats and chest pieces, and we can have trousers and shoes, and then weaponry. I don't know, something like that, but that's my idea. Press the button, the water comes back down, the chests get hidden, so nobody knows it's there. I need to put another bed there as well, and just add a bit more detail, because this is very plain for me. I don't really like that. As you come through, I've got an auto smelter, so what we do, we put our fuel in this chest, which evens it out across all the ovens, the furnaces. And then we put all our items in here that we need smelting, and at the bottom, as you can see, it smelts all the items for us. If you're wondering why I've got so much fish, it's because of my automatic fisher. I stay there for I also fish quite often, and the thing, because of my my fishing rod has lure 2 on, it seems to be a lot of fish come through. So I use it, I utilise it, and that's why I've got fish in my hotbar. So onto my auto sorting system, which you can see here. This is the overflow system. Any items that aren't in here, they all come in here. And as you can see, I've got loads of items at the minute. I'm in the process of cleaning it out. These items here, these are temporary storage, because I used to have a room built here for all my armory, but this corridor down was here. No, was it there? It was here, and it was only 2 wide, and it was so plain, and I wanted to change it, so I had to move the room, put the storage in here for a minute, and change all the corridor. So coming through, we've got all this storage, and it just goes all the way down, and all these lights will be changed with the glowstone and the grass block, the leaves, and that goes all the way down to the bottom, and this will just keep being expanded. It'll only get so far, because I don't want the chunks to unload and not be able to use the system, so at some point it will probably go downwards and back up. This is under the sea as well, which I really like this, and that's underneath the mob spawner. While I'm in this room, that seems to work quite well as well. So I do find that I'm getting quite a lot of items when I'm just in my base. And I do have a bit of room for other items. And I will be continuing this way. I have literally probably 15 minutes before I started this episode just made the area from here down to here and done this done the auto sorting system. One thing about me, I love to keep my redstone accessible. This won't be here, this will be blocked up, but I do have doors on either side that allow me to get down the edges to see the redstone. So as you can see, it's very basic. A lot of this isn't done yet because I haven't made the hoppers. I do have the iron available, but I haven't made the hoppers. So anyway, this goes all the way to the top, and it's just the same system. So all you've got is 1 hopper. I think you have a comparator which points out the paper there, and 41 items. When it goes over 41 items, you'll see that the 1 item, or if it's 42 items, the 1 item will drop through and back into the chest, and then it'll stop, so it won't let any more through, which is a fantastic system. And basically, it just when the comparator has enough power for 42 items plus the sorting paper, that one will light up. It turns the redstone torch off there, which allows access through all the hoppers. So it's a good system, and it works so damn well. In this section, this is my 3x3 door to the entrance, and as I say, oh wow, I like to keep access to my door to my redstone, just because if there's any version changes and it messes up my redstone, I want to be able to come in and fix it without having to break down walls and change things. I don't want to do that. So that's my 3x3 door, and if you come through here, this should just come down to the auto sorter, and as you can see, it's just a basic system, very basic. Yeah, there's nothing to really say there. It is such a basic system. Down here you have the redstone for my piston swapping door up here, or block swapping door should I say. So when you press it, the blocks come through, press it again, and the blocks are just pushed back up. So it just looks like a normal wall. And that is basically my auto sorting system. As you come through here and we go down this way, now this is the part I've been working on the most over the last couple of days, and I think it's brilliant. This is like I love this area, and it's on my farms basically. I know I'm really concentrating on the build at the minute down here. So as you can see, you come down, I've got the same detail in all the walls. I know it looks a bit dark and a bit dim, but there's no light 7 down here. It is light 8 and light 9, so we'll get no mob spawning. Come down to here, and we've just got this long walkway, which originally went to the first spider spawner in the cave system that I found, and I used it for an XP farm, which I'll show you in a moment. But it's no longer in use because I've travelled to the end and I've created an Enderman farm, and that is just unreal at getting XP. So my first farm, I'll show you my first farm. I came down here and I wanted pumpkins, I wanted melons, I wanted sugarcane. I wanted to have those so I can have an unlimited amount of paper. I can have pumpkin pies, I can have melons, you know, I just glistening melons and wherever else. So I thought, let's set up some farms. So all along here, I'm going to aim to do some automatic farms. So my first one is this one. This is my pumpkin farm. Just ignore the lighting at the minute because this will probably all change. But the woodwork's probably going to stay. Now I was debating about extending the woodwork across through here, but at the minute I'm just going to leave it like this. So basically what we've got is the... Am I in the right place? I am, yeah. There you go. This light on the floor means that the farm is on, and when if I press that, it'll turn the farm off, so nothing else will be coming through. This is all automatic, and it works on a hopper clock that has 64 items in. I'll show you behind the scenes in a minute. Basically the way that this works is that you've got the slime box all attached to a piston on each side, and we have this dispenser running on a 64 item clock, hopper clock. And it'll dispense a bit of water that runs down the middle, and I believe this is Tango Tech's idea as well, again. And as it comes through, it updates the blocks in the middle, which sets off the pistons. And the pistons push out a few times and knocks all the pumpkins off the sides and into the water stream below. As you can see, I probably do need to extend this because pumpkins aren't growing as quick as the slime blocks are operating. So I could probably put two 64 items in there, 2 stacks in there. But for now I'm just leaving the one. And the items come through here into this section, and they run all the way underneath, I think just past this wall, down into the item elevator where the slimes come up as well. And that all runs into there. And each farm that I have runs into this section, so it pushes it all the way through to the item elevator and goes all the way up. And I'm so sorry that I'm losing my words. I'm trying to rush through it because I don't want an hour episode. Which is every time I've recorded previously, it has been over an hour. I don't want that. I'm sure you don't either. So there you go. As you just saw the pumpkin fly off. And that gets pushed down to the item elevator. The next farm I've got is the melon farm. Now this produces so much melon. It's filling up my chest quite quickly. So I've turned this one off. So I've put it in this wall. This will be going in the floor at some point like the other one. But I've just turned that off for now. And that works on the exact same system of redstone. So as you come down to this next one, we've got the sugarcane. Now this is my design. I've changed it, and I've done this myself. I think it works perfectly well. and it works on, yet again, 64 item clock, hopper clock. The only difference is I use one piston in the middle. I use the slime blocks and the furnaces to so that the slime blocks don't get attached. And then the redstone behind it is just so simple. It is unbelievable. It really is unbelievable, and I'll show you that in a minute. So I had to move the light here because this is only a one block wall. I don't want the light here to shine through. It'll be quite confusing, so I've had to put the light here. Maybe I'll move the rest of them into the same place so they look all the same. So that light just indicates that this farm is on and it's working at the minute. As you can see, that's got up to 2 tall. So in a moment the hopper clock will update and push the slime blocks out, which will knock the sugarcane down. It'll travel through here into this area here. There you go, as you can see. And then it pushes it all the way down. There's the hoppers actually, in fact. And that will push it all the way down into the item elevator. Behind us, we've got a very, very simple cactus farm. Now, the only reason this is such a small farm is because I don't need a lot of cacti. And previously, in my other worlds, I've made them quite huge, and my chests get full up, and I just can't use enough of them. I really can't. So I've just done it this small. I don't need cactus, but it's there in case I do. And that's all the same again. It comes down into some hoppers. That pushes it across there, and down to an item elevator. And then the last one is my little chicken farm. So chickens here somewhere, well there as you can see, they lay eggs. The eggs come into the hopper, the dropper. The dropper fires them out, or dispenser shot, sorry. Is it dispenser or dropper? I don't know, dispenser I think it is. And it pushes out, breaks the eggs, and whatever the percentage of getting a chickies, that'll happen. As they grow up, they come up here, and when another egg comes through, it fires off the dispenser with lava, sets the chickens on fire that have grown up, and then they leave behind their lovely cooked chicken, which then goes off up into the auto sorting system. So that is all my farms at the minute, and I do want to extend all the way down here. For the bigger farms like that one, what I'll do in future is leave this gap, have the door here, so it's got that wall and that wall, so it'll be about 17 wide, probably about 9 to 16 in depth, the same as the rest of them, and I think it's about 9 high as well, and that's what I'm aiming to do. So any of the big farms will have 3 blocks, and any smaller farms will aim to have just the 1, and that's what as I say, I'm aiming to do. This isn't finished. I've got a lot of work to do here, so I need to put all the bushes down, the fence posts, and then any additional details really. Now I'm thinking I need another beacon down here just for the fact that when I'm coming down here, I'm finding it incredibly hard and long-winded to get down there. So I'm thinking maybe another beacon down there just for the speed too, and get me straight down here a lot quicker. But saying that, the amount of times that I'll use this place, this spider farm, I don't know if it's going to be worth it. This spider farm, really effective, so good if you're a new starter on a world and you need XP. This is fantastic. And how this works, I've got a little torch here to indicate that the lights are on in the spider spawner. So we press this, we turn it off, spiders will start spawning. Pull this there. Nope, not that one. Don't pull that one. And you can see that spiders are starting to come up, make their way up. They'll come to the top. I'll just do it quickly, so turn that off. That shuts underneath them. Ah, you buggers. Press that. The lava sets them on fire. And it'll take them to half a heart of their life. Come close to them, give them a whack. Oh, not close. Give them a whack. Get the XP. Drop the items. And then all the items get dropped into this chest. And that's where they are at the minute. I don't really use it, as I say. Since I've had the Enderman farm, I haven't really used it. So this area needs to be finished, and it needs to be connected up to this walkway. And quite possibly the auto sorting system, but I just don't think it's going to travel that far without me being in the area. I don't know. Maybe something I'll work on, but I don't use a lot of string, don't use a lot of spider's eyes, and I've also got Mumbo's mob farm that I'm using, which produces that in bucket loads. So, do I really need it? Probably not. Would it be a waste of hoppers? Probably so. Shall I do it? I don't think so. Underneath, I said I was going to promise to show you the redstone. We come down here into the redstone section. So we come here and we've got, I'll only show you one side at the minute. So we've got, this is, oh, I've done this so terribly wrong, I think. I have. When I turn that off, that's going to burn out. So basically when you turn it off, it sends a signal all the way down here, connects up to here, turns off this little redstone tower, and provides power to the hopper clock, which stops it working. So the redstone's fairly simple on here. This isn't my build, so I can't really, and I don't know that much about redstone, if I'm honest, to explain it all to you without getting it wrong. And someone saying, "Oh, you're an idiot." Yeah, because I am. So I'm not going to explain how that works, but it's fairly simple. It just, the water stream just updates the blocks and sets the pistons off. Now this, I can actually explain this one because I built this. So this is really simple. It probably can be done a lot better, a lot simpler. But as I say, I'm not the best at redstone. I'd just give it a good try. And I suggest it to anyone. I really recommend it. Just have a go. Doesn't matter if your redstone ends up the whole size of this room just to do the same thing. It doesn't matter. The end result is what matters. And if it works, it works. That's fantastic. You do it how you want to do it. So this is a hopper clock. It's got 64 items in, as I've said. And all it does is when it comes to this side, when it first comes over, it powers this enough to set this off on a one pulse signal, which just updates these, pushes the pistons out, pushes them back in, and it knocks all the sugar cane off and into the water, which is fantastic. As I say, this is the most simple redstone I've ever done. It really is. And yeah, it's probably, as I say, it's probably not the most effective. I bet someone else could do it a lot better. But this, to me, this is fantastic. This is fantastic. And that's all it is, really. Redstone is so simple, so simply built around here. Except for this one, as I say, I think this is Tango Text that I just looked at. So as we come through here, and we come all the way down here, this is the slime farm. So I'll come down here. As you can see, this is where all the items from the farm up there comes travelling through. And they come into this lovely item elevator, which you do get one or two items stuck in, but do you know what? I'm not even that bothered, if I'm honest. Items travel through here that often that there's just no point in even worrying about it. So that's all there is, really, to that section. It's fairly simple. There's a lot of redstone around the world, and I really do enjoy doing it. As I say, whether or not it's good, I don't mind. I just have a go. I've got a testing world that I'll go on and test with as well, but as I say, just have a go, that's the main thing. So this has only been running for probably, a couple of hours in total. I mean, it's not the best returns. I'm sure there is sugarcane farms that would fill up all these 3 double chests here in minutes. That's not what I want. That's never what I've aimed for. I want a farm that works well, provides a good amount of items, and isn't going to overflow my whole system, so I'm going to have to keep turning it off and on and off and on downstairs. I don't want to do that. So this to me is perfect. Same with the pumpkins. I am getting quite a good return with pumpkins, but melons, I have turned this off, by the way. Melons, I had that many that I've been eating them for days, and I've been getting rid of them, and I've just got too many. Way too many. I don't need that many, so I've just turned that off for now. And there was something else I wanted to show you, and I completely forgot where it was. No, I'm only getting a few of those because I've only just had that farm. Yeah, I've only just got that as well. That is pretty much all my world. I will show you one last thing, actually, which is going to be... Have I forgotten everything? No. The nether side of things and the end. So for me, This is my little Nether hub. This portal is to my base. This portal is to the Mumbo mob farm, which is up in the air. Very close together, identically placed. It's amazing because it works so well. I just nip out of there, which is in my base, nip into there, because there's no stairway up to the mob farm. So just nip into there, it takes me straight upstairs to the mob farm, which I'll show you as I'm on my way back. And it's perfect. It's so quick to get there. This down here is where I get my resources. I've got a mesobiome, biome. I've got a sand biome. I have ice spike biome. And I can't think what the other one was, but there's about 3 or 4 down there. I also get a lot of my glowstone, because there is just tons of it down there. And then just this way is just to the end, so I'll just take you quickly to the end. Right, so I'm approaching the end. I'm sorry, that was such a long walk, I just thought I might as well skip it for you. Saves you watching it. So we're coming to this little area here. And we're taken into this lovely temple, the yeah, you understood what I meant. Straight to the end. And then I've got this lovely tunnel built that takes me all the way to the actual Enderman farm. And it's really effective. It is so effective. I didn't think it was going to be. Now, I'll give you a quick warning. This could quite possibly be quite loud. Because you know what Endermans are like when you kill them. They are so loud. And there are a lot of Endermen down here. So I'll give it a couple of whacks. I'll give it 5 whacks. And see where we get. But as I say, it's going to be very loud. So turn down your speakers. Turn down your speakers. That's a warning. There we go. So that's my 5 whacks. I won't do any more. And as you can see, the XP off just 5 whacks. 5 hits of those Endermen. Look at it just shooting up. It's fantastic. It really is. But I'll generally stand there for a good 5-10 minutes. I've just got so many Ender pearls, I don't need them. And I'll just stand there for a good 5-10 minutes, get all my XP. I normally get up to about 40 or 50 levels. And then I'll just make my way back to the overworld and start enchanting my tools and stuff. It's not that often at the minute that I'm using XP. I'll probably visit here once every now and again. I've only been on the server at the world a couple of weeks now, but it's just not that often that I need it because the levels just last for so long. As I said, most of my weapons are already enchanted. Not got the best enchants. I would really like mending for all my items, especially my my boots and my armory. But you know, I'm not doing too badly. Just a couple of weeks in, and I'm not playing hours. Well, I am playing hours and hours, but I'm not playing for like 12 hours a day. Probably about 4. Do you know, shall I tell you a really funny story? I'll say it's funny. It's probably not. When I came to fight the Ender Dragon, I was so well prepared. I thought to myself, right, I'm not going to wear my good armor. I'm not going to take my good weaponry. I'm going to take some alright mediocre weaponry, mediocre armor. Went over and I got killed a few times while I was fighting the dragon, which was fine. I'd respawn in the dungeon. I can't think what it's called. It's not a dungeon, is it? Or is it? I can't think what it's called. I think it's a dungeon, but I used to respawn in the dungeon, jump back through the end, then I used to get my armor, put it all on, start firing again, and that was my action plan. That's what I thought. Then I got knocked out the world by the dragon. So I came back here, got some more stuff, went back over, and I got knocked out the world again for a second time. However, on that time, I took down all of the pillars, so you couldn't regenerate that way. And I thought, right, I'm going to get my good armor on now, all my good weaponry. It was brilliant. It all had mending, and it was just ready to go. Everything it was just brilliant, And I went over there. All I had to do was kill the dragon, give it a few hits, and it'd be down. So I went over, and what happened? I got knocked out the world. I lost all my good armor, and I thought my plan just failed there massively, massively failed. So yeah, I wasn't very happy, and I immediately anger quit. I left, had a cup of tea, come back. I thought, that's it, start again. So I had to come all the way back, get some new armor, some very basic armor. I mean, there's nothing really on these. Oh, I need to repair them. There's nothing really on these, but you know. And I had Frostwalker, and I was getting to grips with it. I really enjoy Frostwalker. It meant that I could just travel across there without any worry of anything getting me or needing a boat or just running off. I could just run off and visit different islands, and it was brilliant. It was fantastic. But yeah, I lost everything. So anyway, that brings this to an end. As I say, if you like this, if you want to see more videos, if you want to give me some inspiration, leave some comments for some future builds, then please do. I will listen. I will build what you want me to build. Probably sometimes in my own style, but I do listen to suggestions. What I have been thinking about building is some kind of, hence the pond, is some kind of stable here for horses, because downstairs in those 4 chests that was around my overflow system, there's a lot of horse armor and saddlery, or saddles. I think I said that wrong, but I thought if I build a nice stables out here, probably just up to the entrance here, maybe all the way around, I could probably fit about 6 horses in there. I could have storage for the horses with the diamonds and the diamond armor and whatnot, and it wouldn't flood all my system down there. I could take a lot of stuff out of my system. So that's what I'm thinking of building next here. I also need more ideas for the automatic farms that I can build on that long corridor. I really would like some way of automating the cows and getting the food and stuff, but I don't think there's any possible way of doing it without me actually feeding them the wheat to produce, which is a shame, because that would have been awesome to have as well. But I'll stick with the chicken for now. I'm also going to put some a redstone plug on the chicken farm, so when I switch it, I can instead have the eggs and push that up to the auto sorter system. It's fairly simple. I've been trying it into my my redstone world, my little test world. I've managed to do it quite effectively over there with probably 3 pieces of redstone. It's not a lot at all. So I think I might be trying that as well soon. Apart from that, do you know, I have got quite a lot of plans that I aim to do, and I've got a little notebook here with everything written down. So if you want to stick around, if you want to see some videos, if you want to take part and be part of this world, then please leave a comment, like and subscribe to the video, and I'll see you next time. So thank you so much for sticking around and watching this whole video. Goodbye.